How's it going, everyone? It's that Abarth here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now today would have been the POV drive, but sadly due to some issues I've had to put it aside. But hey, maybe we can do it at a later date. But that just means we get to replace it with an even more interesting video, because today we're going to do an experiment. Now, we already know that the Abarth looks great. We already know that it sounds fantastic, but we're going to be putting it to the test. And that test is the practicality. Now, surprisingly enough, this car is very spacious. It can hold some wacky things, such as ovens, tumble dryers, some random rubbish and waste, and even your weekly groceries.
Speakers.
And speakers too.
Big speakers.
Yeah, big speakers. I'm talking tannoys, entire hi-fi setups if you want. So it's a pretty good car for holding things and transporting them around. But what if you want to transport buckets? And I mean, just
buckets.
Bucket. Yeah, buckets. Now, I know that seems like a very random thing, and it is, but hey, there might be one person out there that needs to transport some buckets. And I'm not talking about just one bucket. Oh no. I'm talking about 32 buckets.
Bruh.
Now, 32 might seem like a lot, but hey, maybe someone needs to transport 32 buckets.
Buckets.
Buckets, my
Buckets.
friends. Buckets.
Lots of buckets.
And well, you're in luck, because today we're going to be testing how many buckets you can get inside the boot of an Abarth. Now, 32 buckets, that is a lot of buckets. But we're going to see if the Abarth can handle all of these buckets. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, that's pretty easy. You can just stack them. But if you need to transport a bucket in a very unique way, like this, on your head is a little bit difficult. So we're going to need to just throw them in there and see what happens. Because hey, after all, this is an experiment, and it wouldn't be an experiment without some fun results. So, bucket number one, in it goes. And just like that, successfully, one bucket has been contained in the boot.
Bucket.
Buckets, guys, buckets. Well, one bucket down, 31 buckets to go. So, what I'm going to do now is angle the camera at the boot, and we're going to get started. Right then, so, bucket number 2. Whoa.
Bruh.
Alright, so,
What the hell?
it seems you can also put me in here as well. Right. Oh dear.
Bruh.
So, we've also learned that you can put an entire person in the back of the Abarth as well. Yeah, pretty cool. And, well, after that little random bit right there, we've now got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buckets in the back. Pretty good. Which means, let me do the maths here, 20, I think 25. Is that right? 25 buckets to go?
32, yeah, so it's 20.
Or 27. 27 buckets to go, guys.
Brain fart.
I'm having a brain fart, okay?
Bruh.
I've never seen so many buckets, alright? I'm really shocked right now. There's an army of them right in front of me. Right, next one. So, put that on the seat there. Let's get 2 buckets now. We're getting a bit dangerous here, a bit adventurous. So, we're going to put that just like that. And excellent. So far, we've almost got 10 buckets in the boot. Now, of course, like I said, you can just stack the buckets, but that's no fun. I mean, that's too easy. Here on the That Blue Abarth channel, we want to do fun things. We want results that are unique, a bit different, not just normal and boring.
Throw them in there.
Just throw them in there.
No, you're stacking it there. You're stacking
Oh, no, we can't do that actually. No. That's a good point, because now we've just stacked it. So there we go. That is in. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 buckets left. So we're not got 10 in there just yet. So I'm going to do 3 buckets.
Oh mate, you're struggling.
3 buckets have just gone in the car, and now we have 10 buckets successfully in the boot. So I'm going to just bring you a bit closer and show you what 10 buckets looks like. Would you look at that? 10 buckets are currently sitting in my boot. That is a strange sight, but one that I'm, you know, one that I'm all right with. I mean, it's definitely something. So, time to get the rest of the buckets in, and we're going to start with number 11. Just like that, very nice and easy. I'm also going to move you guys, hello there, I'm also going to move you just a bit further back so then we've got a better view. There we go. Right, number 2. Excellent.
You have to open the front doors, I think.
Right, yeah, so Dad's just given me a pretty good point. The buckets are starting to overflow in the back of the car, which means we might have to open the doors and sandwich some in the passenger and maybe driver's seat. So we'll have to see how we get on. But for now, currently, I think we've got about 13 buckets in the back of the Abarth, and so far we're doing pretty well. Now, can it hold 15 buckets? Let's have a look. 15 buckets. You know what? The Italians, they knew what they were doing when they made this car, I tell you what.
El buquito.
El buquito in the buto. Huh? That's what I'm talking about, guys. Right. Surprisingly enough, this is going pretty well. I mean, of course, a practical car is a very useful car. Not only can you enjoy it and have some fun with it, but it also means you get to use it day to day for all your activities and haul some pretty wacky and weird stuff.
What, even buckets?
Even buckets.
Oh, that's it.
Now, I think I've come to the conclusion that the boot is pretty full. So we're going to do the test, the real test. I mean, getting the buckets in the boot was the main idea, but can you actually close the boot?
No.
So, sort of. I mean, I think what you might have to do is probably get a tow eye, attach it in the car, and then put a rubber band. Well, actually, no, not a rubber band. That's probably quite dangerous. But get something that can hold the boot, you know, to close it. But I think that is, let me just count the rest of them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's wrong. My maths isn't very good today. I'm having a brain fart. I need 20 chicken nuggets from McDonald's, guys. The best meal, honestly. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 buckets are currently sitting in front of me, which means, if I can do all of the thinking and the maths again, we have currently got 21 buckets in the Abarth. I mean, that must be a world record. I don't think anyone on this planet has put 21 12-litre orange buckets in the back of an Abarth. So I think this is like the first time anyone's ever done this. And you're witnessing it. So if anyone says no one's ever done that, then you've watched this video and you can say, actually, yeah, someone has.
George.
Me, George, that blue Abarth has done this. Right, it's time to move on to the last remaining 11, but how exactly are we going to do it? Well, time to hop on to the side. Right, so coming to the passenger side now, and we're going to see if we can get the rest of the buckets, the 11, into the rest of the car, because practicality doesn't just end at the boot. Oh no, we're going to see if we can get the rest of them into the rest of the car. So, like I said, we have 11 left. Can we get all of them into the car? Because then that means we'll successfully have 32 buckets in an Abarth, in a little Italian hot hatch, which will definitely be different for sure. So, 11 buckets, let's see what we can do. It feels sort of surreal doing this, really. I mean, can you get 32 buckets in an Abarth? It kind of feels like one of those weird jokes that you tell your mate on a Friday afternoon in the pub. But this is real. What you're witnessing is actually happening. I mean, you've heard of how do you get 2 whales in a mini joke? You follow the signs. But you've heard of that. It just doesn't feel real. So, 4 buckets are currently going on the passenger seat. Now, hopefully you won't have to transport any passengers when you get to do this job.
Can't stack them.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's one rule that I have to follow. We can't stack any of the buckets. And I've just seen on the camera there, you could see the buckets through the window, which is just crazy. I mean, I've got to say, this is one of the weirdest things I've ever done with my car. But I kind of love it. It's really cool. Dad's just taken a picture here. We've got to get this one in the gallery, in the album. This will be something that'll be in my family for years to come. I mean, I'll be talking about this to my kids in the future. This is certainly a milestone in my life. I mean, you should have seen the woman's reaction in B&Q when we bought 30 buckets to the till. I don't think she's ever done anything like that, to be honest. Right. Oh dear. I mean, trucks are even going past and they just don't know how to react. They've just got the weirdest shocked face on them because they can see like what, 22 buckets in the back of a car. They're probably thinking, why do we need all these buckets? For science, that's what. Right, so we've got another 2 in there, and as you can see, we've got some in the footwell, and we've also got 3 on the passenger seat. Can I get another one on there? Let's have a look. We can. All right, so we've got 5 buckets left. Can you believe it? Only 5 left, which means I can't believe I'm going to say this, we have got 27 buckets in the car currently, which is just absolutely crazy. I never thought I'd be able to say that in my life, but here we are. Right, so let's finish off by putting the last 3 buckets in the passenger side. So I think that's the only amount we're going to be able to get into the passenger side. I don't think it's going to be able to handle all 5. We will try the driver's side as well, because I think that will do pretty well. There's 2. Actually, I've just forgot, we can put some in the back seats.
No, that's it. Just
if I can wedge it in
you
there.
don't want to do that. Just put the seat back and then.
Yeah. So you cannot put buckets in the back seats, sadly. You see, this is why my dad is on the channel. Not only is he a genius, but he's able to come up with such great video ideas. I mean, this is the man that you have to thank for this video idea. He is right here, the genius of this channel.
Get in the driver's seat.
And now, this is the moment you've been waiting for. The last 2 buckets are about to go in the car. So I'll meet you at the driver's side and let's get this finished. Right then, we are currently sat in the driver's seat. And this is the weirdest thing ever. I am surrounded by an army of buckets in my own car. I mean, I really hope I don't have to transport 32 buckets one day. But if you need to, then hey, you can get them in. So the last 2 are now being put in the car. And there's only 1 place left for the last bucket. And there we go.
Bucket head.
Bucket head. So if you need the last bucket to go somewhere, put it on your noggin because it fits. And there we go, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. 32 buckets are successfully sitting in my car right now. And we've done it. 32 buckets in an Abarth. That is absolutely amazing. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, I might not want an Abarth because the space, there's just nothing. There's no boot space, there's no practicality. You're wrong. You're wrong. Rethink that entire thought right there, because as you can see, you've just watched me, an 18-year-old boy, put 32 buckets in an Abarth. So it's possible, you can do it. Though it is a bit of a weird sight, it's definitely something. So how about I hop out, meet you at the back of the car again, and I guess sum up this video, because I'm still struggling for words. I mean, this is just, it's pretty awesome actually. So I'll meet you at the back. Right then, so that is the challenge, the experiment, whatever you would like to call it. It's been successfully completed. I cannot believe that you can get 32 buckets in the back and in the rest of the Abarth as well. I mean, it's absolutely insane to me to think that 32 buckets were just sitting right in front of me, and now they're all crammed in the car. Now obviously you can just stack them and be done with it, but if you want a bit of fun in your life, then there you go. You can just throw them all in any angle, in any way, and it fits perfectly. It actually does the job. Now, it may not close. The boot and the door may not be able to shut, but yeah, if you would just, you know, wrestled it a bit, you know, maybe give it a bit of a boosh and a bit of a bang, you could probably get it in there and shut the door and be able to actually dry with the buckets in the car. But just for the video's sake, we're going to say that we've been able to do it, and it's, you know, 100%. We've been able to do it, it's complete, and it's finished. Because, I mean, you are currently looking at 32 buckets in the car, so I can say I have done the video, and it has been completed. But I suppose that's kind of it for today's video, guys. Bit of a wacky one, bit of a different video, but hey, I mean, I want to do stuff like this on the channel. I want to do super fun, super crazy, just, you know, dumb ideas, and get them out to you guys, because I think you might enjoy them. I mean, comment down below if you want to see me put any other type of item in the back of the car, because hey, I don't mind doing it. 32 buckets, 100 little joes, 40,000 chicken nuggets, whatever you want, I could probably do it, as long as I can actually get it. But yeah, so that is everything for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. And hey, like I said, thank my dad, the absolute genius, for coming up with this idea, because I never in a million years would have thought, could you put 32 buckets in the back of the Abarth? And, well, spoiler alert, you can. I think that is everything, guys. So, if you want more content like this, or any content at all, then you know what to do. Hit that bell, like, comment, and subscribe, because it's always appreciated. And all this talk of buckets have really gotten me hungry. And I think I mentioned chicken nuggets a little while ago, so I think that's what I'm going to go for. Chicken nuggets, man. 20 chicken nuggets. We're off to McDonald's. So I'll see you guys later. See you in the future. Have a good one. Peace.